Hello everyone, and welcome to this brief video tutorial on how to use the Snipping Tool on your Windows-based PC or laptop. We'll take some time to review the tool and its features, and then we'll go through a demonstration on how to clip an image. So let's begin. Now we'll start off with some assumptions here, just to make the exercise a little easier. First, we'll assume that there's just one standard image that you'd like to snip, and secondly, we'll assume that this image will be used in a presentation run through, say, PowerPoint or Word. As you can see, I have an instance of PowerPoint running on my desktop in the background. Now, to locate the snipping tool, click on the menu button in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. Now, there's several different ways that you can go by finding this actual application. You'll see, for me, I've got it actually pinned here in my menu folder, but you can also scroll all the way down to the bottom of your screen to Windows Accessories, click on the down arrow, and then you'll find it here under Snipping Tool. You can also type the word Snipping Tool into the search bar at the bottom to find it. So let's go ahead and open that up. And once you've opened up the application, you'll now have a few options that you can explore. So first and foremost, we have our new function. We're going to start a new option here. And in the drop-down form, you'll see that we now have 4 different categories we can choose from: freeform, rectangular snip, window snip, and full screen. So a very short overview here. Freeform, you draw a freeform shape around the object that you want to capture. It could be a star, a circle, a rectangle, or a rhombus if you want to get really crazy. The rectangular snip actually just allows you to draw a cursor around the object to form a rectangular box, so it's a little cleaner in the long run. The window snip will select a window like a browser window or a dialog box, and then the full screen snip, of course, captures the entire screen. Now for our exercise today, we're going to use the rectangular snip. As I mentioned before, it's a little cleaner to use. So you're going to click the button, and while holding your mouse button down, you'll see here that the background's changed. I'm going to clip out this tent. So I'm going to hold my button down, I'm going to move it across, and now I'm going to let go of my mouse button, and ta-da, I suddenly have my tent, and it's captured right here. It looks absolutely fantastic. Now after capturing this image, you can use several other functions in the tool, including the annotate options. Now these annotate options include the pen, the highlighter, and the eraser. Now the pen, you can use this in the drop-down field, as you'll see, to choose different inks: red, blue, black, and you can write on the screen. You can even write on the picture if you so choose. The highlighter pen allows you to highlight different areas. This is really handy, of course, if you're using text and you want to see certain areas pop a little bit more readily. And then lastly, if you want to get rid of all of that wonderful stuff that you've just put on, there is the eraser function here. Now the eraser function typically works based on what you've last recorded on the screen. So don't try and get the stuff that you first put on. Go for the last stuff first. Okay? Now, there are other things that you can do with this image. For example, you can copy the image. There it is right there. If I click copy, it's going to allow me to duplicate that, and I can paste it into another document. I can also send this file to a friend or to a colleague. You see, I can send my snip to an email recipient if I so choose. I'm not going to do that tonight, though. But if you're simply looking at pasting the image into another document, you can do so by copying the picture using the Edit menu option, or by right-clicking the image itself and selecting Copy, and then pasting it into the designated space. So you can see here, there's Edit and Copy, or I can right-click and I can copy, or again, I can even click here and copy. So let's assume that I'm going to copy this. I'm going to take this down into my PowerPoint presentation. You can see this is where we'll paste our picture, and then I'm going to simply click in the designated box, and I'm going to paste my documentation in here. And there it is right there. There's my information. My picture has now shown up. Now, the other option that I have available to me, of course, is I can save this. So if I choose to save this information, I click Save As. It's going to pull up my documentation here. It's going to ask me where I'd like to save it, the name that I'd like to save it under, and then, of course, the file type. Now, right now, it's set up as a PNG, a portable network graphic file. However, my options also include a GIF file, a JPEG, and a single file HTML. That's really your preference as to what you'd like to use, but typically speaking, most people save it as either a GIF or a JPEG, so it's easier to simply translate back and forth. Now, if you are not 100% comfortable with using the snipping tool, or you'd like to explore some additional options, some of the more advanced options that are there, you can do so with some additional reading material. I'm going to cancel out of this, and if you come back here, there is a help function, and if we go to help, it pulls up a wonderful secondary screen here. We'll see if it'll capture my screen for us here under the Support Microsoft site. And one of the best parts about this is that it actually will take you all the way through this, including, let's scroll down just a bit further, keyboard shortcuts to use on the snipping tool. So this is fantastic information in case you need it. But in other words, if you don't need it, you've got all the information necessary in this video and you're ready to essentially go out and start snipping away. So thanks everyone for your time and attention today, and I hope you found this brief tutorial useful. Have a great day.